So we've got Donald Trump thinking about firing Attorney General Jeff Sessions, clearly wants him to resign. We also have the country's top diplomat, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, thinking about resigning himself. Why is Rex Tillerson thinking about resignation? Because he feels that Donald Trump has been unprofessional in his treatment of Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Two different sources familiar with Tillerson's conversations with friends told CNN over the weekend that Tillerson is so frustrated with President Donald Trump and the entire administration that we may soon experience what is being called Rexit, a possible resignation by Rex Tillerson. And once again, I had the same instinct with the Spicer Scaramucci thing. It's kind of hard to believe that this is really what's making Rex Tillerson all of a sudden consider resignation. Tillerson has had a pretty tough week. Turns out he violated U.S. sanctions against Russia when he was working as the CEO of ExxonMobil, yet another Russia-connected member of Trump's cabinet. It's generally not going great for Rex Tillerson, but it seems to me like the rats are looking for any reason to jump ship at this point.
And maybe it has more to do with the fact that Tillerson has taken a back seat to Jared Kushner when it comes to a lot of policies.
Sure.
Like when Trump decided to label Qatar as a harborer of terrorism,
Right.
that was mostly Kushner's idea.
Wasn't actually Tillerson surprised about it and suspected that this all came from Kushner to begin with?
He wasn't in on it. And when you send a diplomat to go be the liaison to Canada, to Mexico, to China, Trump's picking Kushner over him. And I think Tillerson looks at Kushner as, this guy who's half my age. He doesn't have as distinguished of a career as I do. I left a lucrative career at ExxonMobil for this.
He is looking to bail, and if he can blame it on Jeff Sessions and taking heat from Trump, by all means. So we're 6 months in. We've had National Security Advisor Michael Flynn forced to resign over lies related to foreign contacts, including conversations with Russia. Trump firing U.S. Attorney Preet Bharara when he was investigating some very serious things that were getting closer and closer to Donald Trump. We've had White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer resign, supposedly because of the hiring of another White House director level staffer. Now Trump is considering firing, or at least pushing towards resignation, Attorney General Jeff Sessions. And we've got his Secretary of State considering resignation. And Trump fired Sally Yates, the former acting Attorney General, sort of carried over from the Obama administration. It's 6 months in.
Do you know how we have those death pools for celebrities where people can bet on who the next person to die?
We need a
in
firing
public
pool.
We do, and I think I would have cashed out big league when it comes to Sean Spicer. Now I put the people most likely to quit or be fired as probably Jeff Sessions, then Rex Tillerson, then maybe Reince Priebus
Reince
after that.
Priebus is the one that comes to me. And it's weird because you don't hear that much about him. But when you've got a White House in constant disarray, you do start looking at the chief of staff, who is presumably, in a normal administration, would sort of be involved in staffing, although it's kind of hard to know whether Reince Priebus is actually involved in that. Prepare yourselves for Secretary of State Ted Nugent, folks. Or maybe it would be Alex Jones, who's going to finally figure out why the frogs are all turning gay. Everybody here is looking for a reason out, right? They're looking for some credible reason to say that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I'm now leaving. And if we're looking for some silver lining, it looks like Trump is finally draining the swamp. We had Michael Flynn leave. Maybe Attorney General Jeff Sessions will be out. Rex Tillerson might be on his way out. He filled it up first, Pat, but now we're finally starting to see that swamp drain.
Right, but then you got to replace these people, and for many of them, it's going to be harder for them to go through the Senate confirmation process.
Yeah, and the timing of the Sessions thing, real quick, the timing of the Sessions thing could be such that Trump might imagine he could do a recess appointment during August, and he could put someone in as Attorney General without going through the confirmation process, but there's a system now to prevent that. I forget there's a Latin name for the term.
Okay.
But basically, any one senator can sort of on paper put them in session. And I know I'm not doing a great job of explaining it, and there's a particular term that explains what this is. And it would prevent what is called as a recess appointment that would circumvent confirmation. So if Trump is thinking that, and that would require him to have some knowledge and understanding of, senatorial procedure, which is hard to believe he has, even if he's thinking of that, it's not necessarily going to work. That's it for the bonus show. We had our regular politics on the bonus show today because our regular show was a full-hour in-depth interview with host of the Rubin Report, Dave Rubin. Thanks to all of our new members, and we'll be back to the sort of normal David Pakman show tomorrow. I'm thrilled to tell you that today's episode of the show is made possible in part by Tagadab, the hosting specialists, offering dedicated virtual private and cloud server solutions, as well as custom server solutions for whatever business or project you have. Tagadab's web hosting services support a very wide range of customers and businesses that includes bloggers, tech startups, financial traders, gamers, web developers. It's a very, very long list. They've got a user-friendly interface. They have absolutely fantastic technical support. Over 70% of their business comes from repeat orders and recommendations from existing customers. You can get a 20 British pound discount off of a cloud server account with Tagadab, but you've got to know how to access that. And the way you access it is by going to signup.tagadab.com/TDPS and using the coupon code TDPS20. This is a great way to get great hosting for your project, business, or service, and support the David Pakman Show and support our advertisers. That's signup.tagadab.com/TDPS. That's TAGADAB. And then the discount code is TDPS20.